Unfortunate news. Big up Lost, by the way. I need to go here. I've still not gone to Lost. So maybe I'll go this month because it's actually the last month. So Secretive London nightclub Lost to leave current home at the end of this month. So they've. This is actually pretty cool. This is like So there's this new nightclub night. I guess party, but it's mostly a nightclub. They host it. It's in Shaftesbury Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. It's an old abandoned cinema, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And they have a policy where there's no pictures, no nothing. They have a really cool kind of minimalistic Instagram. They have a really cool, like, actually, let me see if I can still, do they still have it, the phone line? Because they have a phone line you can call, right? To get a fucking, I think, is it this number? It's not that number. Maybe it's this number. They've got a number you can call where you can kind of, and it tells you about the night and shit. See if I've got the number, so I think it's this one.
Friday, Saturday, the address is 135 Shaftesbury Avenue. Doors open from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. All tickets can be purchased at the door for £20 before 10 p.m., £35 before midnight, and £30 after midnight. Please remember to bring your physical card for all payments as there's no phone.
Pretty cool, isn't it? So it's like and they've got a really cool Instagram as well. But yeah, they are a bit of a secretive affair. No lineups and shit. You turn up and you get fucking lit. So yeah, we're working on securing yet another extension. This has not been materialized. This will be the last month of the Lost Nights at the current building. There are 4 weekends left. We will be releasing a limited number of advance tickets at midday tomorrow for this weekend. More will be available on the door. On another note, we have found the next building we would like to build with you, Lost. So yeah, they do some really cool nights where there's no phones allowed and shit. Everyone just gets in there and enjoys and shit. And for the most part, people have been loving it. For the most part, people have been fucking loving it. There's actually some reviews. Let me see if I can find some. There's actually a couple of reviews here I've heard from people that I thought were kind of cool to kind of maybe highlight before we end today's show. Let's see if I can get it here. I think it's somewhere over here. Should be on my profile, I think. But I did save some people speaking about it and how they had a good time and shit. Let me see if I can pull it up. Where is it? Not that, not that, not that. There we go, here, right? I think I've got it here. I think I've got it somewhere here. Where is it? Found it now? There we go, here. This is a review of what it's like in there, allegedly.
London's best club is also its worst kept secret. For the past 2 weekends, I've gone B2B clubbing at Lost, a nightclub in an abandoned cinema complex in Soho.
By the way, never say B2B clubbing, by the way. That sounds horrendous. What the fuck does that mean? You went back to like B2B clubbing. Like, you say that when you're playing, not when you're going somewhere. That's so cringe. I went B2B clubbing. Like, ew.
Central London. And because I've gone 2 weekends in a row, it's time for my official review. It's fucking sick. But seriously, it's exactly what London needs. Like many people, I heard about Lost through a friend. Word of mouth has been the club's single biggest marketing tool. In fact, their only marketing tool. The club has absolutely no advertising, no social media presence, no pre-announced lineup, a website with one page that directs you to sign up to their mailing
They do have an Instagram though. That is a social media presence. Let's be real.
list, and a very strict no phone policy. And I'm not talking the usual stickers over a camera you get at most normal no phone clubs. They literally take your phone, put it in a phone bag, lock it, and only unlock it when you leave at the end of the night.
Amazing.
And that's why I'm not showing you any footage, because there literally isn't any. And the effect this has on the club is absolutely insane. It's just so freeing. And you can tell that everyone's giving an extra 10% because there's no phones and there's not like this sea of screens on the dance floor.
By the way, I've always wondered when is Berghain gonna do that? I have a feeling that's gonna happen soon, because they already changed a couple of things. Like I said before, like they've taken off the fucking location thing, right? That I always used to creep and to kind of stalk and to kind of see what's going on behind the scenes. People would share their Instagram stories while they're in there, so they've taken that off the Instagram. They've removed and disabled that feature. And I feel like nowadays there's more and more people kind of recording stealthily in there and sharing clips and stuff on TikTok and stuff to be funny. But I wonder how long it's going to take before Berghain just says, you know what, fuck it, we're going to put your phones in bags, or you're going to put it in lockers. You're going to get, I mean, no phones in at all. I wonder how long that's going to take. Maybe it's just too big to do that. Maybe it's just too big logistically. It will cause a fucking headache. But I think I think soon enough they're going to stop trusting people with just the stickers and going to just take your phone away.
What's more, the main dance floor in Old Cinema 1, basically the biggest room of the complex, has the DJ booth stashed away in a corner, right up on this sort of like raised gangway. And the effect that has on the club is that everyone dances together, everyone's facing each other, rather than a sea of heads just facing the DJ. It's genuinely like stepping back in time and going clubbing like the 90s or noughties. It's so hedonistic. For the past 2 weekends, music-wise, it's been some serious business, house and techno all night long. Not having your phone on you means that keeping track of time is very, very difficult, unless you wear a watch. Most people use their phone to check the time, and not having access to that means time is just it's a concept. It doesn't really exist. You walk in at 12, and then before you know it, it's 5:30 in the morning. And that's how clubbing should be, not being worried about set times or who you're seeing or anything like that. It's just pure vibes all night long. And because your phone's in a bag, if you lose your mates, you've got no way of communicating with them. So basically, you just have to commit to going on the most insane side quest of all time. Unless you run into them again like an hour later on the dance floor. Outside of the main room, there's a second dance floor called the Tunnel, which is sort of through the main dance floor, up some stairs, and it's literally just an old storage closet. They've whacked a fat sound system in, a DJ booth, and it was playing some really serious business, like proper business techno, spooky stuff. And it was a proper sweatbox as well, so one for the people who are really enjoying the night. In the main foyer and bar area, there's usually DJs spinning vinyl. When I was there both times, they had mostly deep house, some lighter stuff, but I also heard some hip hop as well. And because Lost is an old cinema complex, they have a couple of the cinemas still in action. And these are like the coolest chill out rooms of all time. The first one, I think it's called the Music Room, potentially.
So those are the pictures I saw earlier then. That's pretty cool. So those pictures I saw earlier were from the chill out room, but they had them on here. And I like how these pictures are also temporary. I think they put them up a week and then they take them down. So these pictures of people those are pictures, I guess, in the cinema. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's really fucking, what's that? You rock, don't ever change. That is so fucking cool. What an interesting concept. I wonder who's behind this. I wonder if it's just, I hope it's just like one person, like an independent, it's not like a conglomerate, but I wonder who's behind this whole thing. It's really fucking cool.
Is basically where they play music videos from the 90s and noughties all night long. And this is a really cool vibe. There's a bar at the back, so it's more of like a third dance floor-ish area. So you know how in like a cinema, there's the big screen, you got the seats, and there's also sometimes like a stage on which the screen is like above. And in this room, people were like on the stage dancing on the floor, dancing around the seats.
This is what I like to hear. That's why I want to go. It sounds like a place where people actually dance, because that's the one thing that's been annoyed by this whole like no phones on the dance floor policy thing. That doesn't make people dance. It just makes people just not be on their phones. Like, you got to encourage people to actually dance, have a good time, instead of just like not being on their phones. But this sounds like a vibe where people are literally skanking, shuffling, two-stepping, twerking. I love it.
Really cool vibe. I really like this room. In the other cinema called the Lost Theatre, they play some very avant-garde things. It's a very artistic film, let's say. Very trippy. But when I was there on Friday, they were literally playing porn from the 70s. It was very bizarre, very strange stuff. But this is where you go to chill out and take a break from the...
Is it really that strange to have, like, honestly, this guy's a bit of a normie, isn't it? It's just porn, mate. It's not that deep. Relax.
I guess the craziness of the rest of the place. And it must be quite possibly the weirdest place to K-hole. Although the seats are quite comfy. And then there's the...
Oh, he's a Ketty boy. Gotta give him a like.
The powder room, which lives up to its name. It's a unisex toilet, and it's sort of dark, and they've got pink lighting.
Oh,
it's in keeping with the rest of the club.
I'm there.
All in all, it's the least London clubbing experience I've ever been to, and it's more akin to Berlin than anything else.
Nice.
But sadly, in quite typically the most London fashion, Lost isn't going to be around much longer, as it's going to be turned into a 5-star hotel and circus.
Nice.
Yeah, circus. London's best club.
Yeah, I can't. I'm definitely gonna go. Another review. I definitely want to go. Look at the queue though. Look at the fucking queue. That's a fucking queue and a half. Last week I went to Lost Night at the artist-led venue. The space is transformed cinema, so when you walk in, they greet you by working theatres and popcorn machines. Every room in the venue is themed. One theatre played movies, another one played looping music videos and visualizers. Then you turn the corner and there's multiple party rooms with DJs, different vibes. Between entering the main space, they lock your phone in a pouch, so the entire night is screen free. Most of the venue stays dim and atmospheric, almost like stepping in Blade. A bouncer even mentioned that they allegedly switch venues and host nights in different locations. It's a perfect example of how intentional event design creates momentum. The no phone rule, the theme rooms, the cinema layout, the rotating locations, all gives it something to talk about. Yeah, I definitely need to check this place out. This looks like fun, man. This looks like a fucking vibe. Another review. Another review here.
Talking about Lost, but I actually went there because I was DJing, so I thought, let me give you a rundown on how I found it from a DJ's perspective. There's been loads of whispers and talk about this place, but there's obviously not much online, and that's kind of the purpose of what they're doing, like keeping things very secretive, like if you know, you know. It's in central London, it's based in the old Odeon cinema, and the concept is that you don't have your phone gets locked away in a pouch, you cannot access your phone. You go inside and there's just rooms of stuff going on in the different rooms. Obviously there's a lot of music based rooms, but there's also films being played, like short films being played, live music. There was like a little jazz section, a chill out room, like there's a lot going on. And I would describe it as some sort of like adventure playground. And they do not tell you the lineup until the night. So you have to show up and basically find out who's playing. The lineups are all around the venue, so you can kind of have a look and try and figure things out. From a DJ's perspective, the no phone thing is amazing. I feel like everyone was very present, and even when I was looking at the dance floor, I was DJing in the tunnel, by the way. In the dance floor, people are just dancing because they have nothing else to focus on. I had my phone, so I can't really describe what it's like being there without your phone. But one thing my friends kept asking me was, what is the time? Because they didn't have their phones and they had no idea what time it was.
Yeah, no one wears watches, man. Nobody wears watches.
In London, you have so many amazing music venues. This is just something new, worth trying and being a bit more open-minded to. One thing I will say is that I am obviously more in the underground electronic music scene. For me anyway, the sort of crowd there isn't the usual crowd I tend to play to. If you want me to describe the crowd, I think it's a mixture of the RE, CSM, school kids, or maybe like the Soho Hypebeast Warriors, and also a lot of tourists. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I don't think it's around forever, so it's worth checking out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm for it. I like it. I like that mix. Big up Lost, man. Big up fucking Lost.
I try to make it more and more. I'd rather you sniff information. Some old stuff fuck my imagination. I can't get no. No. I just okay. A wild bird. I can't get no satisfaction.
Very cool.
1, 2, 3.
We're gonna try and bring this line back up for one more birthday on Savile. We hope Jimmy will join the spirit. Okay, cool. Big up them. Big up fucking Lost. Big up fucking Lost. Definitely gonna try and make my way there and see what the vibe is saying on the inside.